Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another trailer reaction featuring the best boys, Getselious and Sithscott.
Hello.
And this time around, we're reacting to the latest trailer to A Silent Hope. So, Scott, let them know the people behind A Silent Hope.
Alrighty. Silent Hope is an isometric dungeon crawler, and it's developed by Marvelous Incorporated and published by Xseed Games.
That's right. We were very lucky this last weekend to actually have a chance to play the game at Pax West. So now we're reacting to the trailer and give us our thoughts of the game. If you want to know more, be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you'll be notified next time we go live. So let's start with this trailer and what we think about the game. So, man, alright, so after playing the game at PAX, I really enjoyed it for many reasons. It's definitely scratched that old school dungeon feel.
It did. It gave me very big Crystal Chronicles vibes.
Minus the whole you need someone to carry essentially be the designated driver.
The worst part of Crystal Chronicles.
Yeah. Like only act like, oh god, no matter how many people in your party, one person has to be the designated driver. It could be four people, one person's doing it. Three people doing it, exactly. One person. It's not a good feeling.
It's not a good feeling.
No. But my thing about A Silent Hope is what I really enjoy a lot is the multiple playable classes you can play with and how fluid you can switch with all of them. Like the two classes I was able to play a lot and enjoy was the caster, for obvious reasons, and I believe I think not the adventurer, like the barbarian. She had an axe, I believe. Warrior, that was it. It was called the warrior. Yeah. The game has multiple weapons. It's pretty straightforward. You have a basic attack and 3 attacks. And you have a basic attack and 3 attacks, and each of those 3 attacks will cooldown, and you have a dodge. You have a dodge and your potion. This is a very straightforward ARPG dungeon crawler. Like, it's right there. The one thing that we're hoping for is that if you guys like this game and what you're watching, how we're talking about it, and help these numbers go up, if they ever make a Silent Hope 2, it might be multiplayer. Because Scott, we were telling this to the devs, this game needs multiplayer.
It absolutely does.
Yeah, but the animations were really fluid. It didn't felt like janky even under cooldown. It just felt really good of how how to put this. Sometimes keep it simple, stupid, just works. Kiss, just keep it simple, you know?
Yes, it does.
Yeah. Like, the only class I did not have a chance to play was the farmer, or at least try to, because I felt like that was just a weird class in general. Like, farmer, what are you gonna do? Like, does this character just get the most money, or does it, like, grow things? And one of the cooler aspects of the game is that there is after you defeat a dungeon in town, each of the playable classes serve a feature that one doesn't do. Like, the farmer grows crops, the caster can make, potions and whatnot, etc. And whatever class you play, which I thought was a great design, the Jack of all trades, I think the adventurer class, that class will fill the role of the specialist class you're playing. So there's always someone doing something in your town to give you upgrades and abilities. It's really neat. And I think that was a cool aspect of it. So it kind of rewards you for like playing.
There's the caster.
Yeah, there's the caster. That's the guy. That was the guy. But yeah, the game rewarded you for playing multiple styles and multiple things. I think the dev at Pax West told us that if you switch characters mid-dungeon, you get a small buff of a variant different buff for a different character you play, like HP, attack up, etc.
Yep. And the more that you switch, the more they stack.
Exactly. So it kind of rewards you for playing multiple characters. While like some dungeon games I played recently or whatever would like, oh, you're kind of stuck with this character if you don't like them, and that's it. Or you have to grind some resources to unlock other characters, which is kind of not fun. Not fun.
No, it's not fun.
No. But I definitely think Silent Hope's a really good, like, straightforward dungeon, old school ARPG with interesting mechanics, and I want the game to do well so there could be a sequel, and I hope that sequel has multiplayer. That's my take of it. So Scott, you got any opinions? Your opinion of Silent Hope?
I really liked how smooth it looked when you were fighting it, and I really do appreciate the aesthetics, the art design, as well as just each zone felt like its own kind of connected thing.
Yeah.
And so a lot of what you were able to do was basically you could switch characters after almost every little zone area, and you weren't really hurt for doing it. So you
Exactly.
don't have to constantly focus on one character. You can keep basically incentivizing what you want to play, and you don't have to basically choose one character and be stuck your entire time to him.
Right. The one thing is that thing this game doesn't it doesn't do, it doesn't share EXP with all characters for obvious reasons. I guess to add more playtime. I'm not saying for obvious reasons, but it doesn't like let you like, so if you have a level 10 caster and you switch to a farmer, that farmer is level 1. But because you switch to that farmer level 1, you get a level 10 buff from the caster to help the farmer get at least better in the dungeon, etc., etc. So that's kind of cool. And I believe you can also, like, when you level a character, you get more skills. You can mix and match which and evolve. So, like I said, it's a very straightforward, well designed kind of like dungeon crawling ARPG, and these are the type of games that are like comfort food to me. So I look forward to it on the full release, which is apparently soon, October 3rd. So thanks PAX West, we had a chance to play this great game.
That is great.
This is great, yeah. And with that out the way, I think that's everything else. Unless Scott, you got anything else to add to my glowing review of this game?
Well, I'm excited for it, and I agree that I think the biggest thing that this needs is multiplayer.
Yeah, and I hope they add that as a sequel, not as a DLC, just as a sequel. Just make a new game.
Yes.
Don't just make a new game. Obviously, improve the sequel as well, but just make that as a contention for the next game. But with all that out the way, thank you guys so much for listening to I would say, our review slash impression and trailer reaction to A Silent Hope, a game, a classic dungeon RPG. If you're looking for that with multiple classes, I think everyone can find someone to enjoy. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell so we notify us go live. You can follow me on Twitter at Getselious. You can follow Sithscott on Twitter at Sithscott. And you can follow us on, if you want to see me stream live, twitch.tv/Getselious. And you want to see Sithscott stream live, see him at twitch.tv/Sithscott. And with that, we'll see you guys in the next one.
See ya.